Welcome to the February edition of Bridge to India's Renewable Energy Tenders and Auctions Update. In this video, we provide you a summary of all major tender and auction announcements from the month. After a lukewarm January, tender and auction announcements remained subdued in February. There were 11 utility solar tenders floated in the month, aggregating 6,406 megawatts. 4 rooftop tenders aggregating 237 megawatts were also floated this month. Like last month, NTPC remained active on tender issuance front, issuing 2 EPC and O&M tenders for 300 megawatt and 735 megawatts respectively. For the first time in many months, SECI did not announce a single tender. Bid submission deadlines were extended for 13 tenders. Bids were submitted for SECI's 1200 megawatt wind tender, Tranche 10. Under this tender, wind power projects would be set up in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. JSW Energy placed bids for 600 megawatt, while Renew, Azure, EDF, Ayana and Shirdi Sai Electricals placed bids for 300 megawatt each. Auction activity improved slightly, largely due to Andhra Pradesh's auction for its massive 6.4 gigawatt solar tender for supply to agricultural consumers. 3 major auctions aggregating 6,970 megawatts were completed in the month. In this chart, you can see the monthly trend for tenders and auctions. Auction activity picked up pace mainly on account of Andhra Pradesh's massive 6.4 gigawatt auction. Overall, the market sentiment remains subdued due to lack of demand from DISCOMs and delay in tying up PPAs. Here you can see a pictorial representation of tender and auction announcements from the month. Now let us look at new tenders issued during the month. NTPC issued a tender to develop 300 megawatt of solar projects in Gujarat on an EPC basis. In this tender, land acquisition and connectivity approval would be the contractor's responsibility. Projects are required to be commissioned within 12 months. NTPC issued another EPC tender to develop 735 megawatt of solar projects in 3 blocks of 245 megawatt each at Nok Solar Park in Rajasthan's Jaisalmer district. Only domestically manufactured solar cells and modules must be used in the project. Uttar Pradesh New and Renewable Energy Development Agency released a project development tender for 275 megawatt of solar projects across 5 solar parks in Jalgaon and Kanpur districts. This tender comes with a benchmark tariff of Rs 3.25. IREDA invited VGF bids to develop 5,000 megawatt of solar capacity under CPSU scheme phase 2. Only government entities can participate in this tender. VGF of up to Rs 7 million per megawatt would be released in 2 tranches. 50% on award of EPC contract and remaining 50% after the commissioning. Power would be supplied to government entities at a fixed tariff of Rs 2.20. It is worth noting that past CPSU tenders have been heavily undersubscribed. There were 4 rooftop solar tender announcements with total capacity of 237 megawatt in the month. West Bengal Renewable Energy Development Agency issued a tender to set up 990 rooftop solar systems of 10 kilowatt capacity each at government buildings and educational institutes. In this tender, 3.3 megawatts would be awarded to L1 bidder and remaining 6.6 megawatt would be awarded to L2, L3 and L4 bidders. Jharkhand Renewable Energy Agency issued a tender to develop 7 megawatt of rooftop solar systems on government buildings. In this tender, new MSMEs can place bids only up to 10 kilowatt and only 10% of the tendered capacity can be allocated to them. Hubli Electricity Supply Company, which is a Karnataka DISCOM, and Kerala State Electricity Board floated tenders to impanel contractors for installing 20 megawatts and 200 megawatts of residential rooftop solar systems respectively. The tenders stipulate subsidy of up to 40% for setting up these projects. 3 major auctions were held in February. Andhra Pradesh's massive 6.4 gigawatt solar tender requires projects to be developed across 12 solar parks in the state. Torrent Power quoted the lowest bid of Rs 2.47 and won 300 megawatt capacity. The two big winners in this auction were Adani, that won half the tendered capacity, and Shirdi Sai Electricals, that won 1800 megawatt capacity at Rs 2.48. The state's High Court has put a stay on this tender following an appeal by Tata Power. The core issue is that the state government has stripped APERC, the state power regulator, of all jurisdictional powers including tariff approval and dispute resolution in violation of the Electricity Act. The projects cannot be awarded unless this matter is resolved. NTPC conducted an auction for a 190 megawatt solar project in Rajasthan's Jaisalmer district. Bids were submitted by Spring, O2, Ayana, Vector Green, Renew, Tata, Avada and Rising Sun. Rising Sun bagged the entire capacity after quoting the lowest bid of Rs 2.25. Torrent Power, a private Gujarat discom, conducted an auction for 300 megawatt capacity in Gujarat. Bids were placed by Adani, Torrent Power Generation, Renew, Juniper and Vector Green. The lowest bid quoted in this auction was Rs 2.22. Adani and Torrent won 150 megawatt each after quoting the lowest bid. This tender had a 100% green shoe clause, but it is not clear if it is being considered by the discom. Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai conducted an auction for 80 megawatt floating solar project at Middle Vaitarini Dam. Shapurji Palonji quoted the lowest bid of Rs 4.75. More detailed updates and information on all these tenders, including bidding documents, list of bidders and project timetables, are covered in India RE Navigator at www.indiarenavigator.com, a one-stop market intelligence portal for the RE sector. That was the roundup for the month of February, and we hope it was useful to you. We would love to hear from you, so please send us your feedback at contact@bridge2india.com. We will be back early next month with the next update. Until then, take care and thank you.